viscose paper from the Desert Palm. Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video and I wanted to talk about raffia yarn. So I only want to talk about raffia yarn because I had mentioned in a video not long ago that I was going to be mocking a Prada bag and a Prada hat that they have on their site. Now, I used to do this all the time before YouTube. Before I started YouTube, it was a lot of fun. I would find designer companies, clothing, not just bags and stuff, clothing and everything, and I would mock it, and it was a lot of fun for me. The reason why I think it was a lot of fun is because when I was a kid, that's how I was, after I learned, you know, all the stitches and stuff, I was taught to crochet. There was no internet back then, of course. Looking through magazines, the person that taught me to crochet, she would make me mock things out of, you know, clothing and whatnot, not crocheted or anything, just make me just pick out a shirt or something, and she taught me to mock it. So that's what I did, and I think that's maybe why I like to do it to this day. And I hadn't mocked anything for a while, and I thought, you know what, I think maybe I'll mock something this year. So I had mentioned that I was going to do that, right? And so most designer companies, such as Prada and, you know, Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all them, whenever you see a crochet type bag or bucket hat, you know, crochet style, on their channel, on their site, more so often than not, it is crocheted with a raffia effect yarn. So people were asking me, you know, what type of raffia yarn do I buy? Well, I am no means a raffia expert at all, and I could tell you everything that you could ever want to know about wool and any type of it. But when it comes to raffia, I am not an expert. Of course, I've used it many times, but no, I'm not an expert on it. But I can only tell you what I know about it, which probably isn't a lot. You could probably learn more from it on Google. But I'll tell you a little bit of what I do know and what I'm probably going to use for my bag. So there are many different types of raffia yarn. So there is a real raffia, you know, which is 100% natural raffia. And most of the time, it comes from from Madagascar, it says most of the times. And it's made from the leaves of the raffia palm tree. And you know, they'll strip them away, let them dry, and use it for you can, you know, you use it a lot. They use it a lot for weaving. It can be crocheted with. It is it's strong, and it's and things like that. It does have a more of a straw-like feeling, so it's a little harder on the hands, but it is genuine man-made raffia, and it gives the, you know, it just is what it is. It's genuine man-made raffia, stripped from the raffia palms that the people there, and they make it, they dry it, you know, they dry it, they strip it, dry it out, cut it into pieces, and it's used. Like I said, you can crochet with it, of course, a little harder on your hands, but it is stronger, and stuff like that. Now, there is what is known, I think, probably one of the most common types of raffia, and I would say, okay, so it is a paper style raffia. So, this is actually usually it's most of the time 100% cellulose or paper style fiber. Now, it is, cellulose or viscose. Now, all those are natural fibers. They do come from the stripping of the leaves. They still are man-made. They are, once they're stripped, they do have a process in which they are man-made. They're not like 100% natural like 100% Raffia is. So when you see something that says that it's 100% viscose or 100% cellulose, any type of fiber like that, remember, although it is a natural fiber, it is coming from leaves of a tree or the wood pulp. It still is, the way it's processed is man-made processed, not like real Raffia is, where it's just stripped and dried. That's not how it's processed. It's like wood pulp processed. So it is a maybe you could call it semi-synthetic. I don't know, but what you would call it. It is so biodegradable and stuff like that. So most of it. And then there's some Raffia yarns that are, and they're more they're like would be like half paper style Raffia, which is like the viscose, and then maybe partially cotton. Okay, and that is another option that you can use, or part viscose and part polyester, something like that. Okay. Now, all these have advantages and disadvantages. I'm trying to explain to you the best that I can. So the advantages of real Raffia, like I said, is that it looks, it is 100% real, 100% man-made. People there where they make them from the Raffia plums, they cut the leaves, they let them dry, they strip them into pieces, and then they use them. They rely on that as a source of income there. And like I said, it is stronger than any other Raffias that you can buy. The man-made Raffias, and it is has a straw-like texture, tough, durable, a little hard on your hands to crochet with. And I would say that would be the downfall of it, though, although it is 100% man-made, and it is more waterproof than most. It is harder to crochet with it. If you have trouble crocheting with things like that, you might not want to use that. And it might leave some cuts on your hand, because it's strips of dried up leaves, that's what it is. But since it's real Raffia, it's going to give the appearance of real Raffia yarn. It's going to look 100% real, because that's what it is. Now, next up, and probably the most common, is the paper style Raffia. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Now, that's the one that's made with either viscose or cellulose or something like that. Now, although it is still considered to be biodegradable and natural, it is the processing that is done. They process the wood pulp from leaves, not necessarily Raffia leaves. It can be different types, or it's different types of woods. It can be. It doesn't. And then just wood fibers in general, and they process that. Now, that I can show you some of that right now. So this is a paper style Raffia. It's, like I said, it's probably the most common. It's probably the one you see the most. It's probably the one most people use. So it looks like this. So it is most of them, you know, well, the paper style like this are, you know, the 100% either viscose or cellulose or something like that. And it looks something like this, and then when you crochet with it, it kind of wads itself up, and it gets, you know, a little thinner like that. Still hard to crochet with, but not as hard as a regular, like a real raffia. And as you can tell, how it gets its name paper style is because, you know, it looks like paper, right? Rips like paper. It's like kind of thicker than, it's like tissue paper, but thicker. And since it looks like this, it does lose the appearance of a real raffia. It doesn't have the straw-like look like real raffia does. As you can see, it looks like that. Now, this has some advantages as well, and some disadvantages. The advantages of it is it is going to be easier to crochet with than real raffia. But yet still, sometimes people can find it a little rough on their hands, and it can probably develop paper cuts. Maybe if you do it the wrong way, it doesn't wind up correctly. Now, when it comes to paper style raffia, there are many different kinds, and what I would recommend when you're looking for a paper style raffia, if that's what you decide to go for, is go directly to where, if it says that it is water repellent or not. You do not want to get one that is not water repellent. Some of them are not, and some of them are. Paper style raffia, none of it is waterproof. Okay, none of this paper style is waterproof. You can't just go and dunk it in the ocean. You can't put it in a washer, all right? It's just going to tear it up. But some of them will say that it's water repellent to a certain extent, or you know, like if it gets rained on, you say you're outside and you have a hat and it's raining, you can, you know, when you get inside, you go inside, of course, you can, you know, tap it dry. It's not going to hurt it. You know, get the wetness off it, set it up, and let it dry the rest of the way. If it gets dirty, you can spot clean it with a wet rag. And some paper raffias will say do not get wet at all, and you don't want to buy those. Okay, you don't want to buy any of them. If they say they can't get wet, stay away from them. That would be my recommendation. But some of the paper raffias will say that if you make a bag or a hat out of them and they do get wet, say you take them to the ocean, they get splashed on or, you know, rained on or whatever, that, you know, you can tap them dry, set them up, and it won't harm them. And if they're dirty, you can spot dry them. Those are the ones that you want if you're looking for a paper style raffia. And like I said, these are the most common. Probably it's a lot easier to crochet with than a regular raffia. And then you have ones that are, they're made with, they're not paper style, but they're made with like either the viscose or the cellulose and another fiber such as cotton or polyester or something like that. And I wouldn't even call this a raffia yarn at all, because it's not. But it's one that a lot of people will use in substitution of a paper style raffia or a real raffia because it's soft. It doesn't hurt your hands. You know what I mean? So this would be an example, would be the Lion Brand Rewind is an example. It's called a tape yarn. It's not a raffia at all. Now this, although, let me read it here. It does consist of viscose, but it does have polyester in it too. Now, the reason why a lot of people would choose this over, like I said, the real raffia is because it's so soft. It's like a microfiber soft. It has no appearance of raffia at all. But, you know, it does have the appearance of the paper raffia. See that? But a lot easier to work with, a lot softer on the hands. And they have this made with cotton as well. Now, there's nothing wrong with using something like this. I have hats made out of it on my channel and stuff. But it's not going to give you, like I said, the raffia appearance or anything like that. But it's it's fine in my book to use it. I see no problem with it, especially if you have a problem and you don't want to use something that's papery or straw-like, or you don't want to have no cuts on your hands, you know. This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. All right. It won't hold up as sturdy as a real raffia. Like, I have a bucket hat on my channel. Not a bucket hat. I have a long brimmed hat on my channel I made out of this. I had to put a wire around it in order for it to stay up, which is fine. All right. And when it comes to paper style raffia, this would be semi stand up on its own. You know what I mean? That would depend on how tight your stitches are, and stuff like that, what stitches you use. It might have a wave in the brim a bit. It may not have any wave at all. That all depends on how you crochet with it. Now, you use 100% real raffia, it's gonna stay put. You could make a basket with it, and it's using like single crochet and whatnot, probably, and it's gonna stay on its own. So what did I choose? Well, you know what? I chose something, but I'm on the fence of maybe changing my mind, actually. So this rewind and things like it, like ones that are made with a viscose or a cellulose cotton, something like that. Remember, they are not raffia. They might state that they're raffia. They're not raffia. They're just a man-made fiber that is you know, softer, but it has the appearance of paper style raffia, I guess, if that makes sense. Nothing wrong with them though. Used it plenty of times. We'll continue to use it. I actually have some in tan that I think would make a pretty hat. But so I researched on the internet. I thought that I would want to use a paper style raffia. That's what I thought I would want to use. And again, to be honest, even though that it is labeled as a raffia yarn, it is viscose or a cellulose, which is a paper, or it is a wool pulp kind of thing. It's not really stripped from the leaves of the raffia palm like real raffia is, but that's okay. I decided, I did some researching and I tried to find the best paper raffia that I could find that was not waterproof, because none of them are going to be waterproof, but water repellent. One that if it got wet, I could dry it off fast. It wouldn't hurt it, you know. One I could spot clean. And the one I came up with was not a cheap brand, actually. It's not. Maybe you've heard of this brand. Whoa, in the gang. Yeah. So this is one of those brands that's like not the most expensive yarn in the world. But it's definitely not the most cheapest, and it's probably overpriced if you ask me. But that's what I went with. Will I change my mind? Maybe. Just maybe. I'm going to tell you why. So this is what I got, what I thought I would use for my Prada bag and hat that I'm going to mock. Now, this one right here is called Raffia by Wool and the Gang. Now, this is yeah, pulp up that wood, pulp it up. Your fingers are moving. Make something unique to you. Oh, that's like a song or something they got on here. Okay. All right. So this is made with wood pulp or viscose paper. It's 100 grams, 273 yards, 250 meters. So this is what it looks like. Now, like I said, I looked it up and it said that this is one of the best ones that you could use as far as paper raffia goes. as it being water repellent and looking more like real raffia than any of the other ones on the market. I guess that is just subjective though, to the person. So I went with this one, and I actually did crochet with it a bit. You know, it's like many other paper raffias that I felt before, actually. I don't have a problem with it at all. But remember, paper raffia is not the hardest to crochet with, but it's not the easiest. I mean, it's easier than real raffia, but it's still. So this is what I thought I would use for my lookalike product, because they don't use real raffia on that. They use the something that looks like raffia. I don't really know exactly what they use, to tell you the truth, but the more I look at it, you know what, I still might use this because it's the color that I want, and I already have it, and the stuff isn't cheap. Gosh, it's not cheap. This stuff is $23 for one, and I don't even know how many it's going to take, because the Prada bag that I chose to mock is not a small bag. And I want to have a hat. They have a bucket hat to match it, and they have a bigger rimmed hat. So, you know, whichever one of those I choose, you know, that's just more yarn, more yardage. So yes, it's not expensive, but this came from Wool in the Gang, $23 a ball, and they do have quite a few. You know, for raffia, they have quite a few color for the paper style raffia is what it is. They do have a lot of nice colors to choose from. I did go with this one's called. Okay, the color of this one is called Desert Palm. That's the color that I chose. But like I said, they have a lot of colors. And 73 yards. And I recommend a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. More than likely, I would use 5. Now, I got that. Well, at least I got a free sticker. I should for that price. I didn't really know how many to get because, like I said, the one I'm gonna mock is a bigger bag, and I wanted to have enough. You know, it's better to have enough than not enough than not. And I wanted to make the hat too. Freddie, what are you doing? This is my puppy, Freddie. He's a Bernedoodle. Say hi, Fred. You guys remember him when he was a puppy? Say hi, Fred. He's my second biggest dog now. He's still a puppy, actually. I'm still a puppy, aren't you? Yes, you are, oh, my baby. He's got one blue eye. Anyways. Yeah, he's named after Freddie Mercury. So, I got this. I think they had a, was it a 4-pack maybe? 4 or 5-pack. I can't remember. I don't remember. It's been too long. It wasn't even that long ago. And then I got one bowl of another color of it. Like that. Oh, Freddie had it. I got this color to make it just one single hat for myself. It's called Cinnamon Dust. I thought that should be plenty to make a hat for me. Just a small bucket hat. So I got that. Now these are all the Raffia from Wool in the Gang. Now this is what I chose to make my Prada bag out of, and the matching hat. Will it be enough? I don't know. Not this. This is something different. Will this be enough? I don't know. I don't know what will be enough. I couldn't tell you. I won't be able to tell you till I'm done with it. My guess is no. It probably won't be. because, like I said, the bag that I chose is not small, and I want to do the hat to go with it, so it probably won't be. But I got to thinking that after I bought this, I got to thinking, maybe I would go with the real raffia instead. I'm not much help, am I? So I found a site. I don't want to go with the, you know, the one that, you know, like the rewind or anything like, nothing wrong with that. I just want a more realistic looking raffia. And I thought this looks pretty realistic, even though it's a paper style raffia. More realistic than a lot of them that I've seen. And remember, this is expensive, and you don't have to use this. I don't even know if I'm going to use this. But if I use a paper style raffia, I'm going to use this. You don't necessarily have to buy this one, but make sure that when you look for a paper style raffia, that you make sure that it has some type of water, that is at least a little bit water repellent or something like that. Because a lot of them will say, don't get it wet at all. All right, don't buy those. Like I said, don't buy those. But now that I'm looking, I'm thinking that I might, maybe, I haven't decided. I'll let you know when the time comes. I might get a real raffia. There's this place that's selling it. I see. It's called the Raffia Connection. And now that I'm looking, they do recommend this one as an alternative to the Raffia, this brand, this Raffia Connection. The Raffia from Old Gang, that's what they recommend as a, sorry about my dogs, you know, it's real here. It's dogs, kids, everything. That was a recommendation if you don't want to use a real raffia. But now that I'm looking at this real raffia, I know it'll be hard on my hands, and it's sustainably grown and harvested in Madagascar. You know, it's 100% man-made, like I said. It comes from the raffia palm. They cut it, they let the strip, they dry it, and then used for weaving, baskets, knitting, crocheting, all arts and crafts, gift wraps. I don't know if I'll use it or not. I don't know if I'll use that. It's $9 for a 50 gram. It doesn't say how much yards is in it, but I guess that ain't much cheaper than this. I don't know how long the strips are. That would be what I would want to know. I might just stick with this since I already have it. That's probably what I'll use. Anyways, so that's what I tell you about raffia. Okay? Okay. Sorry about that. Always gotta stop my videos. I think since I have this, this is probably what I'll use. I might get some of that real raffia. The reason, you know, I felt real raffia before. Of course, I have. It's rough, but I think the only thing keeping me from using it is it's not solid strands like this. Oh, it does give you the length here. Looks like they're about 5 feet strands maybe. So you'd have to keep tying that in little pieces. And that's one reason I do believe that, like the Prada and all them, when they make bags, they use raffia substitutes, you know, raffia like materials, yarns like this, paper raffia that looks similar to raffia. Well, not all of them are gonna look similar to raffia. It depends on the brand that you get. But this one I think looks nice, and like I said, it was recommended by the place that sells real raffia as a nice substitution for real raffia, the Wool in the Gang real raffia. But remember, you don't have to get that. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this will be enough. I can't tell you right now. I'll have to tell you at a different date. Actually, I think I got 4 of them, and then this one for a hat by itself on another day. But I did notice that they had, at Wool in the Gang, they had some of the raffia in shiny colors. Now, I've never seen shiny raffia before, or shiny paper raffia before. Never. And it's actually on clearance. It's being discontinued, I guess. And instead of $23, it was $16. I know that's still a lot, but hey, it's cheaper than $23, right? I thought I wanted to look at it and see what it looked like. So I got 3 colors of it. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Look at that. Now this is from Wool and the Gang as well. This is the Raffia Shiny. Like I said, it's being discontinued, so it's 15, 17, 18, 19. Well, like $7 cheaper than this. Of course, you know, it ain't looking like real Raffia at all, but it's super cool. It's gonna, I guess when it's crocheted up, it's gonna look like it, but be shiny. Does that make sense? That is cool. I wonder if it's got the same amount of yardage in it as their other one. Let's look. 100% viscose. 273 yards. Yep. 250 meters. Let's look at that. You know what I think I might do with this pink one? Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That is pretty. Look how shiny that is. It's the paper style too. You know, it's made the same as this one, except for it's got some type of shine. It's shiny. Like I said, I've never seen shiny Raffia before. Well, paper Raffia, whatever this stuff is. It's super cool. Oh yeah. That feels like. Hear that? Plasticky. But once you get it on your hook. Okay, before I go, I know I talked about Raffia yarn way too much. I talked about it way too much, and I don't even know that much about it. Like I said, anyways, I'm gonna show you these shiny ones because I've never seen these. Are so cool. So my dogs won't stop. I'm so sorry. I have 6 dogs. All right, 3 cats, a bunny, 5 kids, and 1 husband. And I'll tell you what, the 1 husband is worse than all 5 kids, 6 dogs, and 3 cats put together, and the bunny. He's worse than all. I wish I'm joking, but I'm not. Okay, enough jokes, alright? That's cracking a joke. Well, cracking the reality. Okay, anyway, so I saw this when I was looking at the Raffia yarn, you know. And this Wool and the Gang right here is what was recommended highest by most people for being, you know, a little bit water repellent like you want from a paper style Raffia, looking the most like real Raffia versus other paper style Raffia. So that's what I went for. Expensive, yes. Worth it, probably. I did, like I said, I remember I do have another one because I was crocheting with it a little bit in there, and yeah, it just felt like, yeah, it was okay, just fine. So, but I never seen a shiny one. This is so pretty, and like I said, they're discontinuing it. And I thought, you know, I saw that pink, and I thought, oh, maybe that will go with the pretty belt or pretty straps I got. Now I had a lot of people ask where I got these straps. I got purse straps, right? And gosh dang it. You know, my name is Bagoday, right? And that's because I used to make tons of bags when I first started my channel. Well, I make other things now, but I'm wanting to make some more bags this year. So I got this one. You guys have already seen them. I actually have more coming that are going to be here tomorrow, the next day. I'll show them to you when they come. These all came from Amazon, all right? So they can be used as purse straps. Some of them have different ends. Some of them have ends. They all look, you know, they'll look the same, but they'll have like sew ends. Some will have, you know, different color ends. Purse straps, guitar straps, they can be used for. But yes, if you go to Amazon and you type in shiny purse strap, or type in thick purse strap, something like that, these will pop up, and then you click on them and it'll show you all the ones available that they have. All right, so that's where they came from. They were different prices. I don't remember how much they were, but anyways, so I got this one, and I have a yarn, a gold shiny yarn that I'm going to use with it, with this one, but it's an acrylic yarn. I got it from Hirschner's. Not Hirschner's, but Mary Maxim. It's gold with gold sparkle in it. And since it's acrylic, I'm going to line it with black. This is from Walmart. It's fake satin stuff, I guess. It looks like satin, but it's just polyester. So that's what that will be. Picture a gold shiny purse with that. But anyways, that's not what this is about. I just want to show you that. Okay, so I have these other two straps, and I hadn't found the yarn. I thought maybe one of these Raffia yarns, these shiny ones. So I got the shiny pink. Isn't it beautiful? It's super pretty. And it's called Rose Shimmer. Then I got this shiny, this one's called Sun Kiss Gold. Oh, I like that one too. And then I got this one, which is called Shell White. I think that might be all the shiny ones. That they have a couple other colors that are being discontinued, but they're not shiny. So of the shiny ones, they only had these three. I can't wait to try. I'm sure they're going to crochet the same, but man, what a pretty bagger hat that stuff's going to make. I have to make a hat out of this one. Anyways, maybe. I thought maybe one of these would go with these two other purse straps I got, but then I got more purse straps coming in the mail too, so I got to match stuff up. So I was having trouble matching up a yarn to go with this one. So I thought maybe this pink would match it. I haven't checked yet. This is the first time I pulled the pink out of the bag. And I'm going to say that it probably would, but I don't think that's what I'll use it for. It's just too pink. What do you think? I think it would match, you know, but you know, I think it would go with it because there's pink in the flower. I think maybe I could find something better to match. What about this one? Sun-Kissed Gold. I think that one would match really nicely. Oh yeah, that'd be really pretty. What do you guys think? The white one could go too. Shell white. It's shiny. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ooh. You guys tell me which one you think. I'm not going to use that pink, alright? Although I think it's pretty. Whichever one I don't use, I'll make myself a hat out of though. Which one? Let me put this strap down. Which one would you use for this one? I want to use one of these shiny ones. Would you use the white? Because the strap is actually white if you look at it on the inside. But and in between, it's got a lot of bling and gold on it. So that one, that is so pretty. I wish there was a way I could hold them up. Or the gold one. Oh, that. I don't know, really. That's a hard choice. I always value you guys' opinions. I think either or would go well. Maybe I'll just go with the majority. Which one you guys think? I might like the white. I like the gold. I like them both. So you guys tell me. But I also have this strap that I need a yarn to go with too. So I could keep the white for that one. Or is that too shiny? Does it need another color? Or does it need color? Maybe. You guys remember, let me know in the comments. I could use any of these colors for any of these straps. Or I don't have to use any. I don't have to use them at all. I definitely want to use one of them for this one. I could pick a different. I don't have to use a shiny Raffia for this. Although if one of them match, I definitely could. No. No, I'm making something out of that. Nope. If one of these, you know, go with this white one with the lace, I definitely could use it. I guess any of them would go with it, wouldn't it? It's white. Why wouldn't it? But I don't have to use that. I have other straps coming, and I'm certain that those will match. But this one, I do want to use one of these. I either want to use the gold with it. It's a shiny gold. Or it's called Sun-Kissed Gold. Think of a bag with this big purse strap. It'll probably be a medium-sized bag. I did get more than one, so I'll have enough. So it'll be like this, you know. Can you picture it? Picture it? You know, Estelle Getty. Picture it. Sicily. 1922. Picture it. It's hard to picture because you don't know. I can envision a bag, what bag I want to do in my head, but you know, you don't know. So it's probably hard for more hard for you to envision it than it is me. Just envision a bag, I guess. Medium sized bag. Not too small, not too big. I'm about ready to go. I've been talking your head off about Raffia forever. Oh no. Oh no. Did I cut it? No. Okay. This one. Oh man. I don't know. I really like that gold. And again, I like the pink too. I just don't think the pink's the right color of pink. It could be though. I'm not good with color. More likely I'm going to go with that gold. But I'm going to listen to your guys' thoughts on that. Alright, I'm leaving. I talked your head off. I got to finish this bag. Like I said, working on right now. I dubbed the never-ending bag. I have to finish it and get that on. The reason why it's a never-ending bag, because I made it so big, it's like 20 inches across. Okay? Yeah, it's big. It's like 3/4 of the way done now. Anyways, I'm going to finish watching my flick, and then I'm going to finish that bag up because I'm sick of messing around with that dang bag. I already ran out of yarn, I get more, and now it's just never ending. Alright, so yes, I have made up my mind. I will be using this, the Raffia, in the color Desert Palm from Wool and the Gang on my Prada bag mock-up and the hat to match. I don't know how many balls it's going to take. I can't tell you right now. I bought 4. It's 273 yards, and I'll probably be using a 5mm hook. But the one that I want to do, the mock bag, is a bigger bag. It's 16 inches wide with a 6-inch base. Still not as big as the bag I'm making now, but it's still a pretty big bag. And there was another one I thought about mocking, maybe, but it had holes in it and it's not lined. I don't know if anybody would want anything like that. It was more of a, I don't know. No, I think I'm gonna go with the first one that I thought about. Anyways, and yeah, and the hat that matches it. So that's what I'm gonna use. You remember, you don't have to use this because I know it's expensive. It's just what came highly recommended by a lot of people as far as paper raffia and being semi, water repellent a little bit, and being more looking like raffia for a paper raffia than the others. So that's what I chose. I'll let you know later how many I use. I'm certain that's not going to be enough to do the hat and the bag. I'm certain it's not going to be. And then these shiny ones are super, super pretty. That's a shame they only had 3 colors left. I haven't used it, but I'm assuming it's just going to be like a regular raffia, only shiny, or the regular paper style raffia. Remember, this came from Wool and the Gang too. Raffia shiny. It is being discontinued. It's your last chance to get it. It says still expensive at $16.10, but better than $23 at the regular price. And I got the Rose Shimmer, the Sunkissed Gold, and the Show White. That was the only shinies that they had left. And I definitely am going to use them. One of them to go with this one. That's what I need to know. Would it be the gold? Or would it be the white? Let me hold them like this. Picture the bag. Can you picture the bag? You can't picture it because you don't know what I'm doing. I could incorporate them both, but I'm not going to do that. I want it solid. I can't incorporate them both. I sure do like them both. I'm leaning towards that gold though. But you guys let me know in the comments. And the pink, I got some more handles coming. Maybe it'll match one of them. Or I'll make myself a bucket hat out of it, which would be absolutely stunning as well. All right, I'm going to go. Sorry I talked your head off again about Raffia yarn. And again, remember, if you don't want to buy this yarn, I highly understand it, man. It's expensive. I honestly don't even know why I did that. I think I just went there because they recommend, a lot of places recommended it, and then I was like, dang, man, wooling is expensive. I already knew it was expensive to begin with. But I do know that not all paper style raffia is the same. Some are stronger and better than others and more realistic looking than others, and this one just came recommended by a lot of places, so that's why I did it. And then I went to the discontinued colors and I seen these shiny ones and I'm like, oh my gosh, that might match my purse handles, so I got those too. And then now I'll make a hat out of one of them for certain. But go on the internet and, like, if you don't want this, and type in paper style raffia yarn and look it up, read it, and make sure that it says that it is if you're wanting to do, you know, the mock product bag like I'm doing, or if you just want to use it for a bag in general or a hat, you know, you just want to use it. Look up a paper style raffia and make sure when you go down and read about it, make sure it says something about it being a little bit water repellent, or it's okay if it gets a little bit wet that it'll dry out, or you can spot clean it, because some of them will say do not get it wet. Like I said, don't get it wet at all. Don't buy any of those, okay? Those are no good. Those are cheap raffias. Even if they're not cheap, they're still not good raffia yarns. Don't do that. Or paper style raffia. Or if you want to follow along with me, they have this in tan, I do believe. There's nothing wrong with using this either. A lot softer on your hands. But like I said, it won't hold up quite as well. But there's nothing that says you can't put a wire brim around the top of your bag too, you know, if you want it to stand up. And your bag don't even have to stand. I mean, it may not even stand that as well with, I mean, it's going to stand a bit, but I'm going. That's all I can suggest. If you're looking for a raffia yarn to do whatever it is you want to do with it. I told you the different kinds. Real raffia comes in strips. Looks, you know, man-made, 100%. Durable, strong, but it is hard on hands. Paper raffia is the most common, you know, and this brand that I got was just, I don't know, highly recommended. So that's what I got, but you don't have to get that one. Just make sure you look for one that, if you do decide to get a paper raffia, that is waterproof. Not waterproof, but water repellent to a certain extent. Not even waterproof. But that can take getting a little bit of splashing. That can take getting a little bit of rain, and it can take being spot cleaned. If it says that it doesn't recommend getting it wet at all, then don't buy it. And then, there's nothing wrong with getting the rewind tape yarn, or they have some called the raffia cotton mix, stuff like that. It's pretty much the same. It's just mixed with cotton. Yeah, any of that stuff will work. I'm sorry my video is so long. I'm jetting. I'm out. I gotta go finish my never-ending bag. My never-ending bag ends tonight, I hope. Bye, guys.